There's one thing about Dragon Ball villains, it's that they're iconic. How Toriyama managed to go 4 for 4 with Vegeta, Cell, Boo, and Frieza. How does one go about making amazing, cool, iconic villains one after another? And he wrote Dragon Ball on the fly, so that's even more of a testament to how good his writing is, because he was able to weave elements of the story tighter that he hadn't originally thought of, which is not an easy thing to do when it comes to storytelling. Back in these days, manga was different. AKIRA Toriyama really put his foot down. I don't think you can think of cooler villains like Mercenary Tao or King Piccolo at the time of early Dragon Ball, but now most manga have really cool or good villains. Back then it was just Toriyama carrying Shonen Jump on his back. But that stretch from the Saiyan arc to the Namek arc was Dragon Ball at its peak. Honestly, it was just so good, and everything seamlessly fit into one another like a jigsaw puzzle. Truly a great show, but enough glazing, let's get straight into it. So, starting with Cell, and like I said before, literally all Z villains are iconic, which is a crazy feat. The only other anime I can think of that has accomplished this feat is Naruto. But back to Cell. So, Cell is definitely one of my favorite characters for many reasons. First, let's start with his eye-catching design. Now, Akira Toriyama is no stranger to cool-ass designs. I can pull any character of his out of a hat and you'll know who it is. We'll do a guessing game in a bit. But yeah, his designs are top tier, top 2, and he's not 2. All his designs just fit, they're perfect. Cell is a bug. Basically, I like to think Toriyama was thinking of a moth while creating Cell as a concept, and it worked out perfectly. But man, I fucking hate moths. They're annoying. Now, Cell had 3 different forms. His first form, which in my opinion is the best looking design wise, then his second form, and then his last form, Perfect Cell. When it comes to the first form of Cell, I think for me and many others, the reason why it's such an eye-catching design is because first off, it's a good design or it wouldn't be on this list, and then secondly, it's ugly, which ironically makes it an even better design. Cell is a disgusting creature that feeds off of others in order to get stronger, and because of that, we can associate it with real-life bugs that do the same, like leeches or mosquitoes, both disgusting creatures. Cell's designs are all very eye-catching, but this first one is just so technically sound in my opinion. The second one was okay, not my favorite, but it has its moments. Then the final, the perfect form, Perfect Cell. Cell is made from the cells of most of the Z fighters, which is why he has abilities like limb regeneration because of Piccolo and the ability to breathe in space because of Frieza, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. The form he's most human in is his Perfect Cell form, which correlates to the different stages of his design. At each stage he's becoming more and more human, more and more perfect. His main goal is just to be the perfect being, the perfect fighter, the strongest fighter, I guess, which is fine. It's a fine goal for a villain. Not a Naruto level motivation, but it'll do. All in all, I'd give Cell an 8 out of 10, mostly for his design. Next, we're gonna go to Frieza, the legend himself, the one that started everything.
Well, you wanna dance or fight?
I think things are about to heat up big time.
Get ready!
I'm right behind you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get it on!
He's stronger than I imagined he would be.
Which will you, sir, my friend? You're no match for my speed. Strap yourselves in. You're in for one heck of a ride.
What if he never wanted the Dragon Balls? What would that be like? Frieza is the most iconic anime villain without question. Just like Cell, he has multiple forms. I like the way that's the MO for Toriyama's villains. This was the peak of Dragon Ball storytelling, the absolute peak. This whole arc was hit after hit. It all started with Raditz, which then spiraled into Vegeta and Nappa coming to Earth, asking about the Dragon Balls, which intrigued Frieza, and then he went on a hunt to find the Namekian Dragon Balls on planet Namek, since the Earth ones couldn't be used for some reason. I forgot why. Then we got spectacles like Vegeta chasing Gohan with the absolute definition of anger on his face, which was great. I think this was Toriyama's best stretch when it comes to writing in Dragon Ball. From the Saiyan arc to the Namek saga, it was spotless. All the intensity rung true the anime, even the manga. It was just amazing to sit through and watch. Now, as I mentioned before, Frieza has multiple forms. 4, I think. So let's talk about them. It's so crazy that the only reason why he has all these different forms is to suppress his power. That's how strong this guy was. So, 4 forms. The first one and the final one are the best in my opinion. But let's start with the first one. This is the one that actually got me to like this bastard, called Frieza. And fun fact, he never kills any of his subordinates in the original Dragon Ball manga. And I thought he was an emotionalist dickhead. Anyways, Frieza was the definition of power, sitting in that little pod, not lifting a finger to do his dirty work, but sending others instead. But then when he fought Nail, that's when the gloves came slightly undone, just slightly. They definitely weren't off just yet, but at that time this was coming out, this wasn't a common thing in Shonen Jump. Nowadays in Shonen Jump you see these powerful ass villains every other day, but back then it was rare. It was crazy. Every enemy Goku had faced to this point were nothing compared to Frieza, absolutely nothing. The absolute strength he showed was crazy. And this is all before his final form, which is what I'll talk about next. Frieza's final form design is one of the best when it comes to Dragon Ball, or character design. The design is so sleek and simple, it's so nice, but it's just so good. There's something about it that just itches the right place in my brain. Like, how does Toriyama come up with this stuff? And like I said before, this is all on the fly. Well, maybe not the designs, but this design was just so good. Like, there's nothing bad I can say about this design. And the fact that Frieza is like a midget compared to Goku, and Goku is 5 and he's still even shorter than Vegeta, that's crazy. But yeah, Frieza is a GOAT. And of course I can't talk about this design without talking about the iconic moment that's been replicated so many times since then, but not to the same effect. Over the years, I won't lie, he's lost the effect he once had, as the power kept growing among the characters, and yet they still decided to bring him back. But anyway, that fight Frieza had with Goku was eye-opening, because Goku was really giving everything in that fight, and he thought Frieza was doing the same, but he was playing with him, and Goku actually had Kaioken on times 20 or something, which was crazy. It just made Frieza even more of a monster. I'm not going to talk about Majin Buu. Although I love his design and he's a good villain, he still doesn't hold a candle to Cell or Frieza. Now we'll do a guessing game. I'll put a silhouette on the screen and you guys get about 5 seconds to guess who it is. First one, Krillin. You get that right? No? Alright, maybe the next one. Goku. You must have got that one. No? Okay. Third time's a charm. And it is Piccolo. That is it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the vid. Please like and subscribe. And until next time, peace.